Welcome to the show. Come on in, take a seat. Turn it up a little louder, feel the rhythm, feel the beat. Stories, laughs, and voices you already know. Plus a few surprise friends stealing scenes in every episode. So hit play, let it roll, let the good times flow. Big ideas, special guest stars. Welcome to a show.
Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Paul Baum, and we have a returning guest in person here, Jonathan Sanders.
Hello, YouTubers.
And we have a new guest, Amber.
Yo.
So, we're going to go back to the, 15th of November or something like that game. And we're also going to talk, they're going to talk to you about the past games that they went to before I even started airsoft with them. So, I don't know. Do you guys?
How did the November 15th start, from your opinion, that day?
I was tired.
Yeah.
That was how it started. I was tired. We were all tired.
Everybody's always tired.
I basically texted you. And while I was on the way, and you were surprised that I got there so quick because I guess you thought I'd text you and then left. But basically, you just got up and went. I didn't have to wake up this time, though. You were already up.
And so, when did you arrive at the game?
After we did.
Yes. I want to say 8:30 or 9, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've slept since then. And I was tired of that day.
So we got there, and then Destiny was there, but you weren't there. That was like the first time.
I remember
Well,
they were. I remember they. I
Destiny
saw.
stayed the night and camped out. I thought.
Yeah, we did not camp out the night before. Some people did.
And yeah, I'm too old and hurt too much to camp out, especially in November.
I do remember. There was like seeing posts on Facebook about like them camping out and doing like Clue. I thought you were already there because I thought didn't you text me and say that she was already there or something?
Well,
Because how did you find out about it?
I also stopped for odds and ends that somehow others hadn't failed to pick up before they left the house.
Yeah. I saw the announcement on Facebook that they were watching the movie, and there was a picture later. There was a huge screen they'd set up like a sheet or something that had a projector right next to the giant skeleton.
I was not going to camp out in the truck. That's
No.
No, usually when they camp out, they do so in the old arcade.
I did. I did text him. I was like, because I remember we were going to camp out in your truck, but I was like, I'm not. My back's not. My back's gonna hurt when I wake up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna sleep. I'm just gonna sleep in my bed. I'm
Yep.
not gonna.
And when we got there, somebody went over and asked me for a hammer because they did have a tent set up, and they were trying to pull their tent stakes up, and they could not get them up.
Oh, that place is just straight clay.
Yeah.
Be excellent if the owner ever decided to be a potter.
Or make bricks.
Well, yes, but for bricks you need straw.
Bricks, you need straw. What?
Bricks you need straw or they crack.
Okay. I didn't know that, but okay.
The first song for Prince of Egypt.
Yep.
Mud, sand, water, straw.
I never apparently got that far then.
You did get the plagues though. That
Hmm.
song.
Yeah. That song ripped. So
Which of course means that they were probably making mastabas and not pyramids.
it was a bit hot.
I
It was
don't know why they always
so-
have this. Like, it's bricks.
it's a
They're
bit
making pyra-
it was a bit
making
hot that day.
mastabas.
It was a bit hot that day. Heck, it's what 60 degrees right now. 66 degrees outside.
Hot that day.
It was a bit hot that day. All right. It was like what 50s.
It was.
I'm like, are we in England?
It was supposed to be a cold weather event, and we had the heat timers and everything, but it was significantly warmer.
Yes.
It was fall weather basically.
It was Indian summer.
Yeah.
Which I was like, yes.
Well, I mean, it was like it was cool because there was a cool breeze coming in, but like, what's so funny?
It's like what you think is kind of hot. It's like, were we in England? Because that's only toasty for England.
Anyway, how? So, what is your? Because I wasn't in the bar the whole time. I went out most of the time, but what was? I was actually in the bar most of the time. I took a couple. Didn't I ask you? Didn't I ask you if I could like take a cell phone call and not like room that was behind me? I went in there like twice,
Oh, the
3 times if you count the time that I
rad
actually.
zone.
Yeah,
Which, in all honesty, you probably should have only gone in the rad zone if you had rad away.
well, I asked you if I could take a phone call in there.
Yeah.
I took 2 phone calls actually. And then I think I actually did have Radaway with me. I didn't find anything. I guess someone grabbed it, but
Yeah, areas like that get explored pretty quickly.
Yes, because there's always the groups that find out who sells the rad away and buys themselves some as quickly as humanly possible, locates all the rad zones and raids them.
and I remember you got to one of them.
And that was later in the afternoon. It was when it was so far out, nobody really had gotten there. It was Doc's medical supplies. That's what I found.
The Lost Medical Box.
I'm still annoyed at the players who dared to question an NPC reclaiming their own property.
I do remember one time that while I was watching the footage over, that Destiny was like, "Why are you over there reading?"
To
When-
Ace.
to
she,
Ace.
She was asking Ace.
And then
yes.
Ace was
I
like,
mean,
"What?"
why do you ask Ace what he's doing anything?
And then Ace was like, "I learned how to read."
I guess it was basically a running joke that Ace couldn't read. I don't know.
He pretends not to. Yes.
But the whole point was you had a book.
I did. I was tired that
Yeah.
day. I don't think I think I talked about this in the podcast episode. That podcast episode, but that that episode, I did talk about how I was tired that day, and while we were I originally came into the bar to tell Ace that I told him he wished it was him, but I meant to say he wishes it was him that killed Captain Dugan. And I also started calling him Count Dugan for some reason, like he was a vampire.
To be honest, Austin's characters, we are not entirely certain if they're not somewhat undead.
Yeah, I started calling him like.
After
Captain
all,
Dugan.
I think Ace has died at least 4 times, including one that should have been entirely unredeemable, but I guess not.
I was thinking the next one, the next game. I was like, why don't I go up to Captain Dugan and be like, hey, Captain Dugan, just so you know, I'm from the future. You kind of die.
Yeah, his response would have been, yeah, I fully expect that. Tonight or tomorrow.
The significance of his book is that it was hollowed out and it was full of grenades.
I did see that. That was interesting.
I mean, he has all sorts of hidden specialties.
I think there was two books. I'm pretty sure on this table. I'm pretty sure one actually was a book. No, I don't remember that well, but I think there were two books. One was an actual, and then one was the hollow book with the grenades in it.
And we will see Captain Dugan again.
Yeah.
But probably not Ace this time.
Which we will do you and me will do a podcast on that. So let's jump back to the
It's like I'm trying to remember who is actually our lore master. Or do we have one? I don't know that we have one.
isn't it Wyatt?
Wyatt writes up the summaries, but
well, he writes up the summaries, but he's not the lore master. He writes he writes, I guess, the goals for the event, and very rarely do they go as planned. After all, my first game, most factions had a win condition. The mob did not, but we won anyway. We won anyway because there was only one character left after Austin Road the Nuke to Glory, because literally everybody else except Liddy Bug, Lidy, sorry, yeah, Lydi, like Lydia without the A, had been left in the bar to guard the loot when everybody converged for the final battle, and Ace blew everybody up. There's nobody else left. Guess who's won?
Now I do remember I tried to rob someone when the game when the game started. Like after the I was in the bar and I told someone to follow me. I was like, "Hey, this is not on camera, by the way. I had this person was like in the bar with me, and I was like, "Hey, can you follow me? I gotta talk to you real quick." And I pulled out the revolver and I was like, "This is a robbery." He lied to me and told me he did not have any caps.
Well, generally speaking, that is standard procedure.
I'm the mafia. You should.
No, you're just some street thug who the mafia uses a runner boy.
Yeah, true.
You were never a made man, my dear.
So what happened in the times that I was gone? Because I know I was in the bar a lot.
Not particularly much in the bar.
There was one person that came up to me, and they told me, hey, they're like, it's a bad, don't go in the bar. There's something happened in the bar. I was like, what?
I don't know.
They told me there was like there was something happening in the bar, and if I didn't want trouble, I shouldn't go into the bar. But
I don't know. Was that about the time I realized that somebody had kidnapped William?
What?
My skeleton?
Oh. I don't know, actually.
Because, one, he's marked with,
No, I think I was in the bar at that time. There was one point when
and I have no idea what was happening.
and the rest of me and you went out, and we went down to that thing, and then someone came up while you guys like went off. And someone told me, they were like, "Hey, if you don't want trouble, don't go in the bar."
I don't know unless somebody was plotting things that I wasn't hearing on my side in there.
I don't know. They told me if I didn't want trouble, just don't go in the bar. I didn't record a lot of that airsoft game. It's mostly just spliced footage. So the stuff that you guys have seen has been like what I've taken. The rest of what what I haven't seen, what I've seen, it wasn't the whole. There's not 20 minutes. The game wasn't 20 minutes. It was like 40 or an hour or so. It was probably a few hours actually.
It was several hours.
It's like 10:30 to 5 o'clock or 4:30 or something.
Yeah, I think we started shutting down around 4:30.
I do remember like talking to Ethan after the. I don't know if But I think I talked to Ethan after. I did talk to Ethan after the event. So let's jump back to, because I know you have been in previous games and you've possibly also been in previous games as well. What was what was those like? I
Well,
assume
the
they're like the
water
same
park
one.
ones were similar, except for the earlier ones. We had the whole field, where the parking lot is,
Uh huh.
all the trees and stuff out to the left
So you had
side.
that whole place
That
too.
was also in play.
Yeah,
They fenced it off now, and there's like horses over there and stuff.
right. Because
So there was loot boxes out there, and so it's more of a
I
smaller area.
I do want
but
to say
to be honest, with the age of our NPCs, that's probably a good thing.
my question is they drained the pool for they drained the pools for most of it. So and I saw a picture of where you went in, and I can show you that picture. But there's one pool, like there's one picture that you sent me. That was a picture of like you in like this pool. So how did you get out of that? Did you just like run up and like climb out, or
I mean, there's exit steps somewhere on it.
Is that when we had the dag pit down in a drained pool area or
Oh,
I
something?
probably in the
think
waiting.
so.
Yeah. The killing pool.
Yeah.
Killy pool or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, that's like there's probably steps.
Yeah, there's steps to get out of that.
So my question is, why didn't they drain it for this game?
That was an insurance issue. They basically had to have it completely excluded from access.
Because I was gonna be like, hey, let me walk down this slide when we got to the top, and then I realized there was water, and I was like, I'm not going.
Right. They had to have that basically completely excluded for insurance purposes, with or without it being drained. So they just did not use it.
Huh.
The very first one I went to was, I think, July, the end of July in
Oh, that the last July one we did.
2019.
When
And it was, yeah, people were like overheating.
we were
all over
dropping
the
like
place, yeah.
flies.
So what was the game that picture comes from?
I don't remember specifically which one that was.
Well, do you remember like the story or something?
Well, it looks like I was just a wanderer in that game.
Yeah.
Not on a. I was a puddle pirate once at the D-Day Adventure Park in Oklahoma.
Speaking of Wyatt, I did tell Wyatt we were going to be pirates this game, and he said he'll write us in.
Yeah. There's a post on there that says 2 of the 4 slots for puddle pirates are filled, so I'm assuming that's us.
Yes.
So I guess there's, besides the NPCs, there's still some openings.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't check that.
The winged duck followers are full, apparently.
The winged duck
Duck
followers.
followers?
Whatever I forget their name.
I still have the ducks.
And they've now branched off from the knights.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Duck cultists.
Yeah, the duck cultists. I'm trying to remember though
This was
if
on the.
the duck laws were repealed last game or not.
I
They
do
were at one
have.
point.
I do have
Well,
the
they were
ducks from
repealed
that game still.
out at the Lost Town, but which is at the D-Day field. But don't remember if they repealed them for Wadaba.
I still have the ducks from that game. I have 2 of them from this past game.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of those sitting on the bookshelf. And the lid from a candle. It makes a nice little glass pond.
In the early games, the stem packs were basically just fast food joint straws still in their paper, and they had like some red stripes on them, paint.
Yeah.
And you activated stem pack by peeling the top and They
I
thought that was too much litter, so they
Yeah.
have it do
I still
different now.
haven't figured out what I want to do for
I almost think they should
the
probably use
cosplay piece.
maybe
I
some
have
heavyweight printer paper and just
multiple.
print stim pack tear here and just have you carry it with you.
I have multiple Nuka-Cola bottle caps, like
Yeah.
like themed bottle caps, but I have not. I don't want to use technically any of them because
It's like a
I can't put them on my costume, and then try to go on and find where that Nuka-Cola is and tear it off, And even it's worse if if I'm using if I'm using super glue on it. I also did measure the bottle cap. The bottle cap can't go in that little slot for the wheel. So even if I did, I'd have to like trim around to get it to actual like fit in there. So I think what I'm gonna do for this next game is just put like some quarter or like
a quarter will
something
fit.
something to put in that space. Maybe a picture, but I don't know. I did tell Wyatt, and he was like, "Yeah, you can do that about the bottle cap thing," but it never got.
You just can't bring bottle caps and try to spin them.
Yep.
Yeah.
They can be decorations.
Yep. Like, to be honest, getting banned takes a lot of egregious misbehavior.
It's.
There's a reason.
I don't want to get banned from this. I've already started liking this water park
Well,
place.
the group is fairly neurospicy friendly compared to some of the others.
Because I remember I was talking to some people, and they were like friendly, and I was like, this is and then they had like a they have a call sign for if your goggles fogged up,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't think mine ever fogged up, but
No.
you could call out blind man, unfog your glasses for a second, and then continue. Or you could go in the bar. I don't think I ever took off my goggles while I was in the bar. I think I took them off maybe once while I was in the bar.
During when everybody basically crashed for lunch.
Yeah.
And lunch is nearly always about the same time, but never initially announced. It just kind of happens.
Here's the thing: when we did the cap, now this was not in the footage as well, but when we did the cap auction, I did bet on that power armor, like bid on that power armor. The thing is, where am I supposed to put it?
Yeah.
I have nowhere to put that. I think my original plan was to bid on it and then I was gonna give it to you or something, but I never did.
Well, I mean, he would at least have somewhere to stash it.
But I was never gonna. I don't. But I was like, I don't know if he has. If I won, that was if I won.
The winner was basically the small girl, and she was wearing it in the parking lot, and it was
She
huge,
was also
huge.
she was also one of the circus bears from the last game.
The Kansas City group.
So I don't know if they just traveled around to like
Wherever they can
Yeah.
go.
So I think.
And the Kansas City group has been delayed in getting another event out for various reasons.
But
I don't think we had the Texas group this time.
when is
No, I think they had something else going on.
I think
But
I
I think
just
the Texas guys are also Stadians.
I think the only
Them or one of the other large clusters that counts is Scadian. And I know one of our events was up against Pensick once year. I don't remember exactly.
I think
Was Pensick or one of the other large battles?
I mean,
Because
yeah,
I've
I'd
slept
like.
since then,
I mean, yeah, I guess we could go depending on how far the Kansas City one is. But I really like the Joplin Wasteland one because,
The Kansas City one is definitely more competitive,
Yeah.
Yes.
trying to get
Well-
your group to win. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely more airsoft as opposed to LARP with
Yeah.
airsoft combat.
Yeah.
Which
I do
is-
have something. Do you have like a pirate hat that you can put a feather in?
It's
Because
yeah,
if you wear the pirate hat, a pirate hat with a feather in it, I could wear like the helmet that you had.
yeah. 'Cause I have the one. It's basically a gardening hat, and it's sewed up, and then it has the pirate thing on it.
Much like the much
A boonie hat, whatever.
or what Dad used to use as his hanging hat,
And like I said, I
which
think
is just a felt hat that has lost its shaping.
and like I said, I think I do want to use the revolvers for flintlocks. I didn't, mind you, I didn't use my main gun the whole game. I used a revolver.
USP.
I used a revolver. And that's what I used to play Russian roulette with people.
You really shouldn't.
It-
even with
No,
airsoft.
it wasn't. It was more like shooting at like walls and stuff.
Basically, if it goes off, you lose.
Oh, so target roulette.
Not shooting at
Yeah,
a person.
yeah, we're not
but,
shoot- we're not
'cause that's
shooting-
too close a range.
We're not
Yeah,
shooting.
That would be target roulette.
We're not shooting at our heads, but we are shooting at targets. And me and Jonathan played. And he lost. I lost, and I gave this guy, but he was nice. He was gonna give me like his caps, even though he
That's a
won.
mosquito.
Huh?
We've got a mosquito.
That's
Did we ever shut the door out there?
No.
We probably should.
Why are there mosquitoes
Jinx.
in February?
Because it's the Ozarks. The seasons don't play nice.
Exactly. So yeah. But what was like? You've had previous experiences with Joplin Wasteland. What was your ideas on those games?
Generally, they're good. There's just been times when it's been really hot and people haven't been able to do as much. Sometimes they are just hanging out in the bar, but
Actually, yeah, we have several players that like to hang out in the bar a lot.
Me, I didn't want to walk most of the time, and I didn't know how far anything was
Well,
until
a
I
lot of the
explored
older
Jonathan.
players who, have hips or knees that are starting to go.
I do remember. I don't remember. This wasn't funny. I do remember feeling bad for the guy, but I do kind of. There was that guy who was on one of the like a chair or something, and he fell.
That was Tim.
Yeah.
I do kind of remember like a little bit of me chuckling a little bit, and that, but I really felt bad for him. I
Yeah.
really did.
Here's the thing. That has to be at least the third time.
That's the third time he fell.
Either the exact same chair or a chair identical, because we had several
Oh,
of
no.
those really cheap 70s folding chairs, I think intended for youth groups. Like,
yeah. And that was
Oh no, that was the
3 times in the last, what?
so
8 years or so?
So it's okay to laugh at that one.
It's okay to laugh if he laughs about it,
Yeah.
because he's not hurt.
I don't think he got hurt, but I really do. I really did feel bad at the end, but I kind of did chuckle a little bit when he fell. It doesn't matter, kids, adults, they fall. It's funny for me.
So long as they're laughing about it, it's fine. That's kind of my rule on pratfalls in general.
I
If
saw
they're
him
laughing,
going, and
it's
I
hilarious. If they're
couldn't
not
stop
laughing, it's not
I
funny.
couldn't. I saw him going, and I couldn't do anything to stop it. Where, by the way, what was the bar? Because it
It's-
was
It's the old pump room.
it was the old pump room.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember I do remember when I went in there, like when the game started. I was checking for spiders, because in the dark corners, because I know they're there.
Well, and so before the game, the guys who actually live in Joplin will go through and basically take a stick and knock down any cobwebs that have formed, just so they can check for leaks and stuff.
Well, I was like, I was checking because I was like, I'm not getting bit by a black widow today.
I don't know. It is significantly drier than it used to be. My first game, I was in 2 inches of water the entire day.
That was in the pump room.
Mm-hmm.
So your feet must have really been aching by the end of it.
I was wearing the same boots I wear to nearly every game. There's a reason I always have a pair of sandals in the car.
I remember before the game, when the game started, Jonathan gave me the boots that he was wearing. I still have those boots, by the way. But he gave me the boots that he was wearing and decided to wear his normal boots.
Yeah,
I
basically, I've
actually
used
since then have
those.
gotten tennis shoes, better
Yeah.
better shoes.
I think you were wearing Crocs.
I
Oh.
think I was wearing my Wabaki.
So,
Well, we used to have a guy. He moved to Alaska. Who he was not only the crew's example of don't do this because parkouring on the scenery and the buildings is not allowed. And of course, this would always be done. And well, Wyatt is giving me a safety explanation and then points to him up on one of the walls he shouldn't be on. And he's wearing sandals, which are also not advised. But that said, he was probably the only guy who could have pulled off that level of parkour. Anyway, actually, having met him, I think he would be he would do well if he ever went into monster acting, like professionally, because he has the build, much like
so he's played some of the characters,
so
some of the cryptids.
Professional monster actors have a certain build, because the monster
is, like,
suits,
wide shoulders.
well, usually monster suits have like prosthetic muscles on top of things.
Yeah.
And so if you have very much musculature at all, they kind of end up looking like funky football players. But specifically, I'm forgetting the name of the actor who plays Abe Sapien. If you've ever seen him,
Doug Jones.
Yes, thank you. Like I said, it's a very common, like, such a boring white guy name. But yes, if you've ever seen pictures of him, he is very tall and very skinny, and you wonder, dude, do you eat more than once a week? He does. But the point is, he has a naturally thin physique, very lean muscle mass, and is also very flexible.
And this event, our cryptid was the man moth.
Mm-hmm.
No, man monarch.
Man Monarch. I do remember seeing the Mothman on the Facebook Fallout Kansas City group.
Yes.
But I will not show that photo because
So he started out as a Greenwood thief, I think, and he was wearing that cape thing.
Right, but he was Monarch Man, a superhero.
I don't know if
Man Monarch
I think
is
I think I got caught by him. I think I got caught by him. I think I screamed like a girl.
You mean like a little girl?
I know, like I think because I was trying to go through the maze, and me and Jonathan and another guy got like at this one part of the maze where it's like a dead end.
Yeah.
But it looks like you can like maybe crawl through like a fence if you know. But like me and Jonathan weren't gonna crawl through this fence, so we had to go back through the maze. I think Jonathan died before I got back to him. This is what happens when you leave me. Because if you leave me, you die. Every time.
I mean, I believe his first death, yes, he was wandering by himself. That is why he died.
Every time. And he did this to me twice in this game.
Well, the point of the
You got separated from me though, and
Yeah.
then I met you. I think back in the room, the thing.
the
And
Man
that's-
Monarch.
I don't know if you heard screaming from the maze,
I
but
don't know. He's supposed to be attracted to the color red. So what we were supposed to do was get a red grenade
hey, buddy, you want this?
and throw it somewhere and distract him, and then go through the labyrinth. That was the whole idea, but
So what happens if I took like a red cloth and just?
that would be up to his discretion.
Well, he might follow it for a second, but
Then realize it's boring.
he would catch it and that'd be it. That's why you use the red grenade. He follows the grenade. It goes boom. He is dead for a while.
Well, smoke grenade.
Right, but
Yeah.
they're all smoke bombs.
That guy
But
at
the
this
color in
past
question,
game.
it essentially, by gameplay rules, kills the character.
That
until it
guy,
respawns.
that guy at this game must have had some serious chuck power because he took that smoke grenade, threw it up there. We're dead, but then he threw a grenade up there at the same time. Boom, dead again, double dead.
That was up on the mountain.
Yeah, that was up in the mountain. I'm pretty sure it was the same dude who killed King Arthur as well. Because I just remember there was a one that went off that side, and it. Now I think that actually there was like a radioactive zone in there because there was like a sign. I don't know why they were up there. So, but all right, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode. Go to Cozy Threads in the link in the description and use code OPEN20 to get 20% off your first order. They have crocheted rings, bracelets, earrings. I don't know if they have any in stock at the moment, but yeah, go to Cozy Threads, use code OPEN20 to get 20% off your first order. Link in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.